Apple and Huawei are always pretty darn good when it comes to making new wearables. So today we will compare the newly released Huawei Watch 4 and the Apple Watch SE 2. Both watches are great, but which one offers more for its price? You can already get the Apple Watch SE 2 for about 300 euros over here in Germany, and I would say it's a fair price. Now, the Huawei Watch 4 will cost a little bit more. The standard active version will come in at a price of 450 euros. There are also more expensive versions, but we will stick to this one today. So first up, let's compare some of the specs and the design. So we got one square watch and one traditional round watch. The Huawei Watch 4 has a big 46mm body with a 1.5-inch Almond Touch display. In contrast to the Apple Watch SE 2, this one has an always-on display mode. We have a glass front, ceramic back, and a stainless steel frame. The Apple Watch has a glass front as well with a sapphire crystal back and an aluminum frame. Both watches have the eSIM function and are water resistant up to 5 ATM. They have a built-in mic and a speaker, but only the Huawei Watch 4 is also compatible with Android smartphones. The Apple Watch is only compatible with Apple products. So this one right here has a 1.78-inch Retina LTPO OLED display that lights up with 1000 nits. Just like the Huawei Watch, it has a fluid elastomer strap with a quick release feature and has two physical buttons on the side. On both, you get a rotatable crown with which you can scroll through your notifications, sport modes, and your app menu. And just the lower one is different. On the Apple Watch, you either get a list with all of your recently opened apps or to your favorites. And on the Huawei Watch, the lower button is connected to 3 different apps. You can run with your phone features, sport modes, and your hard glance, but you can swap those out anytime you want to. Also, when we talk about the available health metrics, they both are very different. So the Apple Watch SE 2 only covers the basics with a heart rate tracker and a sleep tracker and some breathing exercises. You will find those ones also on the Huawei Watch, but in addition you get a stress tracker, an ECG function, SpO2 tracking, arterial stiffness detection, skin temperature tracker, and hard glance that tracks all of your health stats at the same time and tells you if you have any abnormalities. So from that standpoint, the Huawei Watch 4 is a lot better than the Apple Watch SE 2. If it comes to the activity tracking, both aren't that bad. You get a built-in GPS that works just fine and is never really that far off. You get plenty of sport modes, starting from some basic walking and running over to some swimming, triathlon, cycling, hiking, and a lot more. Now, during the workouts, you also have access to your music player, so you can quickly skip a track, adjust the volume, and play and pause. Afterwards, you get all of your workout stats over in the app. On both watches, you can set some goals, reminders. You have some auto work detection for the basic sport modes like cycling, running, and walking. Just the Huawei Watch 4 has a few extra modes. On this watch, you can create your own workout plan or let the AI create one for you. Plus, you have different running courses. There are some fat burning programs, beginner and advanced runs, tempo and hit runs, and a few more. Now, before we get over to the smart features, let's take a quick look at the battery life. You can say that both watches charge lightning fast. In just about 15 minutes, you have more than enough battery life on the Huawei Watch for one whole day. And with a few minutes longer, the Apple Watch SE 2 will be fully charged. The difference is how long these two actually last fully charged. So since the Apple Watch SE 2 has no always-on display mode, we can't compare that. But on normal usage with all of your features enabled, you get about 1 day of battery life, but you have to charge it before you go to bed since it won't last through the night. The Huawei Watch is much larger and has a bigger battery. On normal usage, you can expect to get about 3 days, and if you turn on the always-on display mode, you still get 2 days of battery life out of it. So finally, what features do we get on these two? Now, both watches come with some internal storage, so you can make full use of the Apple and the Huawei store, in which you can get apps and games. I like the Apple Store a little bit more since the apps over there are a little bit more useful. So since you have internal storage, you can download songs and playlists right to your watch and listen to them offline. The Huawei Watch only supports Huawei Music, whereas the Apple Watch has Spotify and Amazon, but keep in mind that you will always need a premium account to download any songs. Now, both watches have a built-in mic and a speaker, so you can receive, decline, and start calls right from the watch. You get a whole lot of notifications, but right here, you can only answer with a few quick replies on the Huawei Watch 4, and on the Apple Watch, you can type your own text or use the speak to dictate feature. So this one is a lot better. Now, the Apple Watch has a noise detection that lets you know how loud your surroundings are, and both come with NFC in case you want to buy anything with your smartwatches. What I really like about the Huawei Watch 4 is that you get customizable tiles, something that you don't even have on the Apple Watch. Normally, you only get one application per tile, but right here you have multiple apps per tile, and you can set up a whole health tile or for your sport modes. You really get all the options, and it's up to you what you want to do with your tiles. Both watches have a voice assistant, Siri for Apple and Celia for Huawei, and both work kind of the same. Siri definitely works a little bit better and has a wider range of commands and gets what you're saying a little bit better. But you can start workouts and calls, start timers, and ask for the weather and more. And guys, there we have it. Now, I think the Huawei Watch 4 is better since it has more features and better health tracking, but therefore you need to pay an extra 150 euros. So if you need the health tracking, go with the Huawei Watch. If you don't need that and rather want the smart features, I would stick with the Apple Watch SE 2. Now, I will leave the link to the watches down in the description in case you want to buy anything. I also covered both these watches in separate videos. Just click that video right here to get right to them. And I guess with that one being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.